this is Jay from the Crypto channel, coming back to you with more bullish cryptocurrency news for you beginners in 2021. Now, before I get started with this video, I want you guys to understand that nothing I say in the video is financial advice. So please do your own research because I am not a financial advisor. I'm just basically showing you guys how I fish the crypto market. And yes, I have made some great money since I started learning this last year. And I want to basically allow you guys to learn from me so that way when you join this journey, you're able to tread the waters much easier compared to what I went through. And last year, I didn't really make much money until the beginning of this year. And I want you guys to be prepared as best as you can. And I will do my best to guide you guys. Okay, so also, if you do like my content, I want you guys to press like, share, and subscribe, and spread the word around. All right, so let's get started with the news. So here we have Apple finally making a move in the crypto market. They're doing this by putting out the narrative that they're hiring someone that's experienced in blockchain, but we already know in the background and they've been working on this. And these big corporations and these big bankers, they're all in it together. They've been doing some things in the back, and best believe that Ripple XRP has their hands on Apple as well. And one thing you guys have to know about Apple is that it's one of the largest public companies in the US, and they have a 2.1 trillion market cap. So having a backing like that is going to be huge, and also the customer base is big as well. They're pretty much global with their appliances as well as their softwares. So having a big player like this starting to move towards cryptocurrency is a big deal. And yes, this is all about mass adoption as well. Next on the list, this is probably one of the biggest ones, if not the biggest news right now. So we got President Biden announcing that he's got a $6 trillion federal budget that is going to hit the fiscal year of 2022. And what this is basically building the fourth industrial revolution, okay, where blockchain, cryptocurrencies, and artificial intelligence is going to be in the main economy, in the new economy. And yeah, guys, just understand that the New World Order has all of this planned out. With that money, they're also going to be buying a lot of treasuries, a lot of mortgage-backed securities as well. And they basically want to own everything so that way by 2030, none of us are going to own anything. We're going to be consistently having to pay for things. Now, for some reason, we're supposed to be happy about it. I don't know how that's going to be, but that is their end game in 2030. So yeah, that is it for this one. Also, I do want to add, yes, their narratives will say that they're building so and so, this and that, but like if you watch the market while they're having these narratives being sent out, you're gonna see it being reflected in there in a different way. Sometimes you're not gonna find out a week, within a month. Sometimes it takes a year for you to find out. But you know what? That's how they move. The New World Order, these guys work together all the time. And what they've basically done is they've created all these chaos for us to be not working together, but more so against each other. But I want to shine that light to you guys, so that way you guys start waking up and working together, rather than being against each other because each has their own like set of beliefs. But those set of beliefs were basically engineered for you to have, and keep that in mind. Remember, that's not financial advice also. All right, and here we have Fidelity saying that it sold at least over 100 million in Bitcoin to their wealthy investors. And that right there is bullish news, because if other big institutions out there are moving towards the crypto space, the others are definitely going to follow. Now, since opening in August of 2020, their Wise Origin Bitcoin Index Fund has pulled more than 100 million, And yes, they have told this to the SEC already. Now, the funny thing about this is that these investors, they're not like regular retailers. These guys are the ones with a minimum of at least $50,000 in spending. And that is how you get in this one. You gotta have at least 50 grand. Otherwise, you don't get to, enjoy their Bitcoin fund. But yes, do expect big institutions to have more of this. Other ones to keep note of are Galaxy, NYDG, NYDIG, I mean. We have CME, Pantera Capital, and Grayscale. And yes, it's very important for you guys to keep an eye on Grayscale because they are one of the biggest manipulators when it comes to cryptocurrency. And their Bitcoin fund lockup, and their crypto funds is going to be over in the second half or the beginning of the second half of June. So do keep that in mind. When they do take out the lock, they are going to release the crypto and, things are going to dump. But of course, it's not financial advice. You gotta do your own research, guys, and be prepared. All right, here's another funny one. So we got JP Morgan saying to stay away from Bitcoin. JP Morgan CEO, which is Jamie Dimon. Now the funny thing about this is that in 2017, this guy was the same person that said Bitcoin was a fraud. And what happened to Bitcoin's price in 2017? Boom! It skyrocketed all the way to like 24,000. So you can't be trusting these rich people, man. Do not follow what they say. Follow what they do. Now, in this article, he also says that he has a favorable view of fiat-backed stablecoins or blockchain in general. And yes, this is true. Um, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general is not going away. It is the new economy. And when it comes to cryptocurrencies, these fiat-backed stablecoins are going to be the backbone of it all. Why? Because you're going to need it to acquire things like, not things like digital assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, XLM, so on and so forth. And yes, they are working very hard in the back to making this come true. The idea of CBDCs, central bank digital currency, it's going to come. Every single central bank all across the globe are going to have their own, and they're going to be issuing these digital currencies using certain protocols that are ISO 222 compliant tokens. Once again, I'm going to say ISO 222 compliant tokens. It's up to you to research those because it is very important that you research the ones that are highly backed by the central banks because those are the ones that are going to make it. And all these other meme coins and weird coins, they're not going to last that long. They're not going to get funding from the banks at all because they're really just their way of scamming us. Now, of course, it's not financial advice, guys. Please do your own research. All right, moving forward. Oh, this one's pretty funny. So the UAE authority issues warning about the Dubai coin. I don't know who made the Dubai coin, but these guys already made a killing. So Dubai currently does not have any official cryptocurrency. However, someone made a Dubai coin and basically stated that, yeah, it's the official coin of Dubai, but they haven't made one yet. However, when it comes to cryptocurrency, the new economy, fourth industrial revolution, Dubai is definitely on board. As a matter of fact, Singularity Net's Sophia bot became a citizen in Dubai in 2017. Keep that in mind. An artificial intelligence bot made by Singularity Net as well as the Hanson Robotics, that robot became a citizen. So that is definitely something to really, really keep an eye out on because these robots, guys, they're not our friends. They're their own friends. And they're like very, very logical, very smart as well. And I want you guys to also do your digging on Alpha Zero. Because when if Alpha Zero, the coding or the AI software in that hits like some sort of robot or be placed inside a hardware like a robot, is going to be game over. These new AI that's coming out that's made by Google, they're super powerful. Like Alpha Zero was given a week to learn chess from scratch, and then a week later it started beating everyone in chess. Nobody can beat it. It's insane. They actually had to like change the game just to make it more interesting for them because these new artificial intelligence, they're crazy powerful, man. And that is, in my opinion, the number one thing that we should be regulating rather than all these other crap that's happening. But of course, that is all part of the plan, guys. That's part of their plan to distract us with the pandemic, have us pit us against each other. Always, there's always distractions happening. They never want to give us the time and energy to actually think about the actual threats that's going to come in the near future or later future as well. Now, all those movies like The Matrix, The Terminator, Eagle Eye, all those, they have some truths behind it. I kid you not. If you watch the Fourth Industrial Revolution, watch where this thing is going to go, just by piecing all these dots together, you can see that the whole idea of the Matrix Terminator is not really too far-fetched because we're moving towards that. But I want you guys to stay prepared all the time, okay? Just keep that in mind and please do your own digging as well. Everyone has their own way of learning. Now, where the heck was I? That's it? No, I have more than this. Oh well. You know what? Another thing to keep note, guys, when it comes to trading the market is to keep an eye out on this, the repo and reverse repos. Lately, they've been doing a lot of crazy spending, like, oh my God, another one. 479 billion. So what this repo and reverse repo operation is basically they're just trying to make a quick flip with the money. Okay, they want to buy all these treasuries and then okay, I don't want to explain the intricate details with you guys because to be honest, I don't know I don't know the full details too well. All I know is that the Fed makes all these gets this money and they just try to make a quick flip out of it. It's kind of like a day trade for them. And yes, please do your own digging on this one because it does reflect the crypto market. And of course, if you look at that, it's an operation that starts today, ends on Tuesday. Yesterday they had one as well, Thursday to Friday, and it was around 482 billion. So yes, that is going to hit the market as well. Now, these last three I'm going to show you are my main benchmarks when it comes to understanding where the market is going. First up, we have the 10-year yield, which is stable. They've been doing this yield curve control for the past couple months. It is slightly up, so that's going to put some slight pressure in the market. We have the dollar index right here to basically give you an idea of how dead the dollar is. And yes, it is going down. That is the trend. Let me show you in a bigger scale of things. Oh, okay, not that. Look at that. Look at that trend. It's slowly going down. And yes, since it is still up right now, that will put a slight bit of pressure in the market. When it's down, when it's red, that's when it's good. All right, so next on the list, we have the crude oil price. Hold on, I'm going to give it a couple seconds. It usually takes, oh, there we go, 66.59. So that is definitely a good thing if it's green because crude oil, a lot of things are made with that. It is basically the blood of, uh, it's basically their one of their main tools basically when it comes to like putting money in the market and also controlling things around. Um, But yeah, do expect crude oil to be reflected higher when it comes to them putting out these narratives of war, cyber attacks on like all U.S. oil pipeline, because they are just doing that on purpose. It's just a game to them, guys. You can understand. There's a big game being played, and reality to us may seem real to us because we're experiencing it firsthand, but in the grand scheme of things, it's an illusion. Everything is orchestrated by the New World Order, the Fed, all those big elites, and it's very important for us to really understand that, because if we go about our daily movements like a good majority of these people, like that are considered sheeples, we're all gonna be doomed, because they're doing some really funny things in the back, but I can't really talk about those. I only expose it to a certain extent. But if you guys want to learn a little bit more of the things that I learn about, look in the description below as well. I do have a list of channels that I learn from. The most important ones, in my opinion, when it comes to learning from the New World Order, are Crypto Teacher, Gregory Mannarino, and George Gammon. Those three alone will allow you to understand how the New World Order works. These guys have studied the Fed so well, and I have been following them for quite some time. They are amazing, and of course, there are other channels in there as well that expose the truth. It's important for you to do your own research. Click on every single one of them. Watch their videos, guys. They have a lot of great content. I have made a lot of money following these guys. I made the easy 6 figures in my life. Actually, the very first time I've hit 6 figures is because of cryptocurrency. And it's all thanks to those guys. I thank them with not all my heart, because there's been others that have been there for me as well. I also want to thank my friend Jet for showing me cryptocurrency. If it were not for him, I wouldn't be in the space at all. And of course, there's been there's a bunch of other people out there that have been supporting me in other aspects of my life. And if it weren't for those people, then I'm very grateful for. I wouldn't be where I am today, and I am very thankful for them. And you know what, guys? Even though things may be rough right now because the pandemic, you guys need to be. I mean, you guys need to find your count your blessings more than the actual problems itself, because it'll give you a different insight, a different perspective in life. That nothing in life is like fully bad. It's just all in our head. But when we start reviewing the blessings that we have in life, it just allows us to give us that big boost of energy to want to do something productive to help not just yourself, but others as well. And you know what? I've gone on long enough. If you did like what I was saying, the contents that I say, please, guys, support the channel by pressing the like button, share the news around as well, and of course, subscribing and hitting that notification bell button so that way you guys are notified when I come up with content like this. Okay? And thank you so much for listening. I will have more news for you real soon. Take care.